Jack, obviously you guys are coming off a tough week and had some time to think about it. What kind of went into this week, the turnaround to kind of be able to turn the corner and get this win today?
A lot of sorry about that. A lot of preparation. Just a lot of just getting after it in practice. Having that chip on our shoulders. Fighting through adversity. Our goal was to come into this game and impose our will.
Shaq, you get the start today, nail a three pretty much right away. I guess what was that feeling like, and when did you kind of find out that you were going to be getting the start?
The last time we came in, for after warm-ups, it was about 15 minutes left. I knew that, and I just locked in.
We'll go to Justin. Going off Steph's question just about what this week was for you guys. Obviously, there's a lot of veteran presence on the team. Who were some of the, vocal leaders over this past week to help get things back on track, and what was just the message?
A lot of our guys, me, DJ, especially Tolu being that he's hurt and everything. He's the loudest on the floor, but Hub as well. Our young guy, and he's real vocal on the floor and in practice, and it helps us a lot.
Moot too.
Moot.
Go ahead, Seth.
Cameron Matthews.
Josh, you got going there in the first half. I think you had 6 3-pointers there in the first half or something like that. I guess, what's it like for you when you kind of get in that zone and start feeling it, and does it kind of feel automatic at that point?
It's just a confidence thing, from when I was young. Just built a lot of confidence in my shot, and just same rhythm every time I shoot it. And, when I get the chance, when I'm open, just got to let it ride.
Go to the back and Grace.
And then Shaq, for you, I guess just watching him as a freshman do that, what are your impressions?
Beyond his years, well beyond his years, and it's just amazing to see. It's amazing for him to be my teammate and to watch him go out and compete every night and then practice, and it's just nice. It's nice to see it.
Josh, in this kind of six-man role, coming off the bench, you've been able to provide a necessary scoring option for this team. Talk about your kind of mentality in that six-man role.
Yeah, I accept any role that Coach James gave me. I just want to help the team any way that I can. Obviously, we all have roles on this team, and to be a great team, we all got to accept it and play our role. And, once we all do that, we can be an unbelievable team.
Go ahead, Steph. And then we'll go back to
For either of you, what was kind of the preparation like yesterday? I mean, coming in here, it's a different arena. Kind of, what was the process of getting ready for the game yesterday?
Josh, why don't you take that one?
Yeah, it was a lot of motivation. Like you said earlier, coming off a 2-game loss, we were motivated. We were ready to play. We stayed positive. We didn't hang our heads. We knew we had a whole lot of the season left, so we just wanted to get this win on the road.
Go ahead, Justin.
Going off of that, obviously after Sunday's loss to Southern, maybe outside of the program, there was maybe some panic about where the season was going. Why inside of the locker room there wasn't any worry from you guys and sort of mentality behind it?
Just a wake-up call, coming back together, getting back together, just grinding out and getting through tough times, adversity.
Anything else from the players? Go ahead, Grace, and then we'll go back to him.
We talked about that bounce back. I mean, not just a bounce back win, but dominant. First time you guys have scored over 100, I think, since 2018. What does it mean to you guys to be able to come back in that fashion and put up that many points?
It means a lot. I didn't know we didn't score that much since 2018, but it means a lot. It just means we got a lot of weapons, a lot of guys that's talented on our squad, and if we all believe in one another and our coach, then we'll get the job done.
Go ahead, Jack.
Shaq, you guys did a phenomenal job sharing the ball today. I guess kind of after that game last week, Cam kind of mentioned that y'all just felt like something was off offensively today. I mean, you all dished out 31 assists. Just talk about just what you guys were doing offensively there.
Yeah, Coach stresses paint touches. Anytime we get a chance to get in the paint, something always good happens. And just sharing the ball. Last 2 games we didn't have that many assists, and as you can see, when we have more than 20, all things as well.
Coach, obviously you come out, get a hot start, and you kind of run away with it there. What did you feel, this group did this week to kind of turn the corner and get over the 2-game skid?
I've said all along, since Georgia Tech, that our response in terms of mindset and approach and practice was good. It was good. And I know a lot of fans don't want to hear this from me, but it's about winning the games. I get it. Okay, I understand that, and that's what we're about too. And against Southern, we played better than our result, and it's a bottom line, situation. But we were, obviously crushed, and we've been just extremely disappointed. But after that, then you never know, right? That's when I said, I think the last time we met after that game was, when that happens, you lost 2 in a row, one you're not supposed to lose at home, and questions start coming in from outside, other people getting in the players' ears, questioning who's playing, who's getting the minutes, the shots, and then maybe even internally on what we're doing, what we're trying to do, But I think we had enough veterans that believed, we had a good enough culture, if you will, that they stayed the course. And our practices since then were really good. It probably wasn't ideal to have that long between games because, we had to sit in it all week long. But what I found is kids are much more resilient than coaches, and they could pick themselves up off the mat pretty quickly. And certainly we're pleased with how we started the game and to get the win.
Go ahead, Terry.
Coach, coming into this one, it was really, kind of important to get that night game in. Do you think you did that today?
Time will tell. These games are funny. They unfold the way they do, and every game's different. It's got its own chapters, etc. I hope so. I know our guys are feeling good right now, and we'll give them tomorrow off and get back on the court Monday and Tuesday. And as a coach, it's a good time, obviously, to spend a lot of time, with the individual and their craft, because we're on Christmas break now, so they loosen up the allowable hours, and we can, get in the lab, if you will, and work on, their shots and their game and their fundamentals. And coaches always love, this time of the year, and hopefully our players will too. And I know we're looking forward to trying to get better here the next few days.
Jack, go ahead. Shaq kind of mentioned that y'all really emphasizing getting some paint touches. Y'all end up getting 31 assists. Just kind of talk about, just the way you guys were able to spread the basketball around here.
Yeah, we've been focused on that since the Georgia Tech game. We were pretty disappointed with our lack of paint touches, our lack of, playing for one another, making plays not just for yourself but others. And that's when, most teams are at their best. And we're certainly no different. And it's carried over, to this game as well. And we pounded into them that we felt like we'd have a physical advantage in the painted area. And because of their matchup, more times than not, if you can get that ball in the middle of it, usually, you're going to get a quality possession, not necessarily going to score, but you're going to, break down that defense and try to get an advantageous situation for the offense. So, yeah, our guys, took heed to it, and, I thought Rams and Shaq started the game off great. Rams' stat line may not reflect how well he played, in my opinion. He was really getting after the ball, was really aggressive and almost stubborn with driving that ball, and, maybe turned down a couple of rhythm shots, but he was trying to, play the way we felt we needed to play.
Go ahead, Justin, and we'll go to Grace.
You mentioned culture. How big and important is that for a team with as much experience as you guys have and have that identity to be able to fight through adversity?
Yeah, I mean, it's something you got to work on every single day. Everyone talks about it in most team sports that they're out there, and we're no different. And we're still defending it, if you will. It's what you choose as a staff, what your tenets are, and they know what ours are, and they know what the standard is every single day. And usually, over time that flows onto the court, and you play that way. And so this was a big game for us. I'm not going to hide behind it. It was obvious. We lost 2 in a row. We're playing a team that had some good numbers, and we're 7-1 if I'm not mistaken, and didn't know. You think. You hope how they're going to respond, but you really don't know. And I loved our team's response. I loved the togetherness they showed, and they played the right way.
Grace, go ahead.
Josh Hubbard, 22 points in the first half. I mean, just how impressed have you been with him as a freshman? You can't even tell on the court.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about him a bunch, and I love doing it. He's prepared his whole life for these moments. I mean, I know his history and his background and his family, obviously, and he believes in himself. The confidence he plays with is because of all the, blood, sweat, and tears that he's poured into, his game and his craft. And when he gets it going like that, I mean, it's fun to have him on your team. And our guys knew it too. I mean, they're trying to find him. And certainly they changed their coverage on him in the second half, rightfully so. But what I was impressed with is he didn't force it. You know, he made the right reads, and they were double teaming off the ball screen, and he was giving it up and playing the right way, and he had an excellent game.
Steph.
What was kind of the routine, when you guys got here, and did you get a sense yesterday that your team was, pretty locked in and focused on this one?
We were good. We've been good for the most part in terms of, what you're asking about. I got a little nervous yesterday, last night, just because with the 11:30 start, you got to get a lot done in the mornings. That's an early start. And we didn't have a shoot-around time, for obvious reasons. And we put a lot of stuff in this week, with the length of time, with how unique their matchup is. We tweaked a lot of things that we do, and then we added more things than we've had between games all year long. And when you do that, one guy will, mess up on this out-of-bounds play or this new set. And so I'm like, man, did we screw him up and give him too much, to try to get on the court? But they were great. They were really good. Stuck with the game plan and got it onto the floor.
I'm curious, with the response that the guys had coming out the 2 games last week, and I guess the mental fortitude it takes to that, how much does that show you? And I guess like we can look at that going forward and see how much maybe you can push that going forward to see how strong mentally.
I'm confident in our group. I like our team. I like the individuals in our locker room, the coaches that are with us every single day. I think we got the right people on the bus, if you will. But like I've been saying, when you have adversity, which, we're in, and we'll have some more. That's just the way it is. We had plenty last year. And you've got to be able to, rely on each other, believe in each other, stay the course. All of those things come into play. And I'm confident, that we have enough veterans, enough guys that get it, that we would come out and, have a good response, like you said.
Time for a couple more. We'll go back to Steph.
You talked about, a lot of the outside noise that came, after the couple loss against Southern. Why do you think players were kind of able to tune that out? It's impossible to ignore it. Why do you think they were able to, tune it out and not let it, be something that gets in their head?
We didn't really talk about it as a group, other than the potential of it. The social media aspect of it, that's just kind of is what it is at this point, and what's going on out there. But it was more like, hey, we've got to stay the course. We've got to believe in each other. I've got to continue to believe in you, and you got to continue to believe in us. And as much as your inner circles love you to death, and you're the star in their world, I understand that. But at the same time, keep it in perspective. I get what they're going to say to you. I understand how that works, but they're not here every single day. They don't know what we're doing every single day, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the rhythm of your individual contributions or not, and then where we're at as a team. And I just really want them to, understand who's telling you what. And at the end of the day, you've got to trust and believe in what we're doing and what we're trying to do. And, from the way their attitude was today, their body language, their demeanor, it didn't feel to me like that was a problem at all.